This one's going to sound made up. It's not, but it's going to sound like it. February 1959. 9 experienced hikers walked up a mountain in Soviet Russia. None of them walked back down. And the way they died makes no sense even now. Last week was Skinwalker, Utah, the Pentagon, instruments that wouldn't work. Tonight, different country, same problem. A Russian mountain that broke things no mountain should be able to break. The mountain has a name. The indigenous Mansi people call it Kolat-Syakhl, translates to Dead Mountain. They've stayed away after dark for generations. The group was led by Igor Dyatlov, 23 years old, engineering student at the Ural Polytechnic Institute. Meticulous planner. He'd organized this as a Category 3 trek, the highest difficulty Soviet hiking offered. 8 others joined him, mostly in their early 20s, students and recent graduates. They left Sverdlovsk on January the 25th, 1959, reached the base of Kolat-Syakhl on January 31st. February 1st, they began their ascent. Their last diary entry was written that night. The weather was brutal but manageable. That's what the diary said. Their last photograph showed them setting up camp on the slope. After that, silence. When they didn't send the expected telegram, search parties went out. It took 8 days to find them. February 26th. What they found started a case that's still open 66 years later. The tent was on the slope, partially collapsed, and cut open from the inside. Long slashes through the canvas, made from within. The cuts were deliberate, controlled. Not the random slashing of panic. The precise incisions of people who needed out and didn't trust the door. Outside the tent, footprints, leading away, downhill into the trees. Some of them barefoot. Sub-zero temperatures, below -30 Celsius. Wind that turned exposed skin white in minutes. The kind of cold that kills you quietly if you stand still in it. They left the tent anyway. 9 experienced hikers. Whatever made them leave that tent was scarier than freezing to death. The first 2 bodies were found a mile from the tent, at a large cedar tree near a failed fire. Doroshenko and Krivonishenko. Branches on the cedar were broken 5 meters up. Someone had climbed it, or tried to. Trying to see something, or get away from something on the ground. 3 more were found between the cedar and the tent. Dyatlov, Kolmogorova, Slobodin. They were moving toward camp when they collapsed. They tried to go back. They didn't make it. The remaining 4 weren't found until May. The snow had to melt to reveal them. They were in a ravine 75 meters from the cedar, under 4 meters of snow. Dubinina, Kolovatov, Thibaut Brignol, Zolotaryov. 4 bodies. They turned Dyatlov from a tragic accident into something no investigator has fully resolved. Thibaut Brignol had a massive skull fracture, temporal bone, severe enough to compare to a car accident. No external wound, no bruise. The bone was shattered from inside. Dubinina and Zolotaryov had multiple broken ribs, bilateral, symmetrical, as if their chests had been compressed by enormous force. The examiner noted the force required exceeded what a human being could inflict with their hands. Something heavy, something fast, something that didn't leave skin marks. And Dubinina was missing her tongue. Not torn, missing, along with portions of her lips, her eyes, the soft tissue of her face. Decomposition can explain a lot. The tongue isn't one of those things. It just doesn't file neatly. The Soviet investigation lasted 3 months. Examined murder. No other footprints, no struggle. Examined a Mansi attack. They cooperated fully, no conflict. Examined military testing. No evidence. The investigation closed with a phrase that's haunted researchers ever since. A compelling natural force. Never elaborated, never identified. The case was closed, the files were classified. For 30 years, the Soviet government refused to discuss what happened on Dead Mountain. The leading scientific theory is avalanche. A 2021 computer model showed a small slab avalanche could have produced injuries like those found. It's the most credible explanation. It still doesn't explain everything. Avalanche doesn't explain why hikers didn't return after the initial event, why some climbed a tree, why the group split into smaller units, why people died moving in different directions. Russia reopened the case in 2019. The 2020 conclusions supported avalanche, but it left the hardest questions alone: chest fractures, cedar climb, decision to split. Every survival instinct says stay together. They didn't. The avalanche theory has nothing to say about that. The Dyatlov case isn't a puzzle with a missing piece. It's a puzzle with too many pieces. Every piece supports a different theory. No theory fits all the pieces. The tent says panic. The bodies say disorientation. The injuries say violence. And the mountain says nothing at all. The Mansi knew. Not what happened to the Dyatlov group specifically, but they knew about the mountain. They'd known for generations. 9 hikers walked up Dead Mountain. The mountain gave them back, broken, scattered. And the wind. Tonight was a mountain that wouldn't say. Next time, 5 places science went looking for answers and came back with questions instead.
3 more files, 3 more questions. Pick whichever one keeps you up tonight.